Hey everyone, it is late at night and I am Norman. Guys, the Antarctic. So a couple weeks ago, I went to a concert, and right around that time, I had been wearing a lot of contemporary pieces, the Tresca commuter, watches like that. And on the night of the concert, the weather forecast didn't look great. So I didn't really want to wear a vintage watch, but I was kind of in the mood to do so. So I figured I would go with a piece that had a vintage aesthetic, but a bit more water resistance than a vintage watch, and a sapphire crystal. And I mean, the Antarctic is so cool. I mean, look at that case design on the sides there. The entire design of this watch makes it look thinner than it is, not to mention the amazing case back. So I've pretty much been wearing this watch every day since that concert. Back when I bought this watch, my account was in pretty good shape, and I kept coming across contemporary watches that were truly vintage in proportions and aesthetic. The Accutron Legacy pieces, the F77, so I really didn't have a whole lot of time with this watch. I wore it with me to the lake, and that was wild because it's so dressy, but so tough. I wore it packing and unpacking. I mentioned that in a previous video, but not a scratch on this piece. But it's interesting spending time with contemporary watches and then going to a piece like this. Because when you're wearing a vintage watch, they kind of have a soul, right? You just know that when they were made, the world was completely different than it is now. And you just kind of feel that as you're wearing them. And you just can't really capture that, even though you have a piece that 100% looks like a vintage watch, wears like one, there's just something missing. But when you go from wearing kind of sporty contemporary pieces, and then you go to one of these contemporary quote vintage watches, they almost feel like they are vintage. Like when I look down at my wrist when I'm wearing this watch, it kind of feels like I'm wearing a vintage watch. It's weird. I mean, just look at that. That is so... yeah, it's just 100% vintage looking. And when you've been away from vintage watches for a little bit, it kind of feels like it as well. Yeah, I think after this, I might spend some time with my two Accutron Legacies and give them a good amount of wrist time. It's pretty wild that I've been wearing this for about 2 weeks now. Absolutely brilliant watch. Yeah, I just love this piece and the F77. I apparently am definitely still a Nivada Antarctic fan. Thanks for watching.